It was a dark and stormy night.
Yes?
That's about it. That's all I wrote.
Oh boy. And here I thought we had to bring up Icy Pal, bringing up that Sabaton would be his choice for the sound of silence.
Yes, I have never heard Sabaton, so I would not know.
Oh, they're very popular for making heavy metal, warm, like, music.
Yes, but you know what? We had the joke for the last time we did
Yeah,
this.
I know, but still, I just thought I'd bring it up to show that, you know, we do read the comments.
Yes, we do. Wink.
And we appreciate them, always.
Yeah, yes, we do. Wink, wink.
Stop the Martin Kirby winks.
Okay, so... speaking of goofy things, Chapter 7 of Silent Ponyville 2.
Yeah.
This is not over yet! Why is this not over yet?
Because the story loves us.
Oh, I get it. The story is yandere for us. And that explains it.
Yeah, that totally explains everything.
No, it doesn't, you marbles for brain!
I thought it was going to be 2D art for brains.
Let's just start reading. Yeah, you deserve that. Let's start reading.
Yeah, just to let you all know, I have a cold, so I might cough away from the mic at points.
Well, isn't that fancy? I'm just coming off of a cold.
Oh.
So, yes.
Well, what are the coincidences?
Yes, it's almost like we are karmically linked or something.
Oh gosh. Okay, so who's gonna start this mess?
I don't know. Would you mind?
I started last time, but then again, you ended last time, so I guess I should start.
Sure, why not?
Okay, okay, I'll try my best under the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chapter 7. The heat finally got to her. What are you doing? Show's over, folks.
Oh?
Well, you know what? I have a sandwich here. Yeah. Yeah. See that Madhog? Got a ham sandwich with red mustard cheese, and I'm gonna do out fruit strike you this time.
My chips are loudest.
Obnoxious eating.
This is good.
Yeah, my stomach feels delicious.
Okay. I could go on.
Right, enough of this farce, and I need a drink now.
Okay. So, I think we made our point.
You made me drink my juice a bit early. Okay. The heat finally got to her. Once she had cried what felt like all she could cry. Really? That's all you could think of her? Not she felt like she cried for eternity, cried for goodness knows how long.
Cried tears of blood.
Cried her entire being from her soul.
Do you want me to restart eating chips?
No. She moved slowly out of the burning room. Her only path was to exit, out of the door she had come in through. She pushed open the surprisingly cool door and walked through, the door closing and shutting behind her.
Did we mention it's a cool door? Hey, Flutters, coming by. Please let me allow you. I'm cool like that. Hey.
Yes. Also, doors. The cool air.
Yes, look at that cool door. Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's not the only cool guy in this room. The cool
not even-
air is here too.
He's creaking open slowly like he doesn't even care. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
enough with that.
The cool air struck her coat, causing her whole body to feel a bit of relaxation as the temperature cooled.
Oh, God.
She wiped her face, sniffing as she continued to try to regain her composure. Dash's words still had a strong grip on her heart. I can't stop now.
Can't stop me now.
I'm having such a good time.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. Well,
No, we're not.
if there's ever karaoke at some place, me and you should go sing that randomly.
Except we don't know the song, so we make up the words. Having something at a time that the Blue Rhapsody.
Okay. Flush.
Having something dark side, good times in old days work, and the walrus came by and gotta go fast.
Okay, I'll continue while you think about that. Fluttershy gulped back more tears from spilling. I have to move forward. She looked into the room at the end of the hallway, expecting to see the pacing nurse. However, the room wasn't the same one she had just come from. The room before her was a small, square room with a staircase going up before her. Fluttershy blinked at the sight of the but the twisting, warping rooms had become something she was accustomed to by now. She stepped across the room, quickly reaching the staircase. She slowly began her climb upwards, feeling a sense of déjà vu upon the climb. Her hooves nearly slipped on the...
You know?
Yeah?
I could make a joke about this feeling of déjà vu, since he repeated the word climb already an inordinate amount of times.
Yes.
But I will not do that, because otherwise we will never move forward. And clearly the story wants us to move forward because it told us so.
Yes. It's begging us to move forward with the story.
You know, I cannot think of anything funny to say. I literally am unable to come up with something outrageous, silly, or goofy, or utterly snarky to say at this point in time.
Well, maybe someone will pop into your head at some point.
I think I've been overcome by apathy.
Right. Her hooves nearly slipped on the slick steps as the stench of mildew hit her nose once more. Water dripped down the walls, and she felt a sense of dread. Suddenly, as she reached the top of the stairwell, she knew where she was. She was back in the cloud home she had entered when she was first separated from her friends. Only it wasn't a random cloud house anymore.
It was covered in dust.
Yes.
It was a dust cloud home.
Yes. It's a dust
also,
home.
there is that lamp that won't turn on because the former proprietor didn't pay the bills. Look at me, I'm engaged in humorous banter.
Spooky!
You know, you should read this as Halloweeny.
It was her home from when she was a filly. The room she had just entered was her mother's room from when she was young. Well, no kidding.
No, it's really not doing anything for me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The same bed sat next to the window, so she could look out it. The bookshelf that contained the books she'd read in her bed. The bedside table that held her personal belongings. A desk and a chair. The bathroom just a short walk away.
And on your left, you can see the kitchen. And on your right, there is the broom closet. And right in front of you, the balcony, so you can jump off and die.
Everything she'd need for a living in her room while sick. Fluttershy was drawn towards the bed. I'm pretty sure everyone will be at this time. A force felt like it was guiding her, telling her to go near it. Her mind felt like a haze flew past it as she stepped back. She saw blood flash before her eyes, on the bed and on the carpet, and on the windows, on the carpet and the shoe shelves.
Well, somebody better call Mary Poppins to clean things up.
Yes, because a spoonful of sugar makes the blood go away. As if the mind was trying to reject the images, but there would be no stopping them. Her head...
There would be no stopping them. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped.
I remember one wrestler having that theme.
That's Mark Henry's theme in his latest part of the career. Yes. That reminds me, I still had to tell you how I would finish rebooking Rey Mysterio's world title reign.
Which I would do at some point.
I can do it right here instead of reading this. I could cancel this show. I could evict this fanfiction reading from our schedule. Like a mustached villain would evict an innocent girl from her living apartment because she could not pay the rent.
I must have the rent. I must have the rent.
I was thinking of that exactly.
Oh, goodness. Well, we already made a promise to finish this.
We did not promise this to anyone.
I thought we promised people. I thought we promised, the gods. Yeah, they really want to see this to the end.
I'm sure they do.
Her head began to ache with a pain, but she couldn't stop the memories. Her attention was drawn to the bed, as the memories that she had lost came back in full force, making her remember what happened in the room so long ago.
Ooh, flashbacks.
Yes, flashbacks again. Flashback Central. Here we come.
Choo.
Mother. Should I continue with this memory or should you?
I'll do the memory. Okay?
Okay.
So, reread the line, please.
Mother.
Philly Fluttershy called out, walking into her mother's room. Her mother sat on the bed, a knife in her hoof, as if she was playing with it. Well, I'm sure that will not come to play in anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that won't be the case either. And that this doesn't remind me of The Exorcist at all.
You know?
Yes.
I just found a new reason to dislike this, now that you mentioned it.
Oh no!
Her hair was messy, unkempt, and uncared for. Bugs were under her bloodshot eyes, as she seemed to be glaring at the knife, as if unhappy with it. This was not sharpened right. I'll have a word with the knife sharpener guy.
Yeah, let's just call him that. Or the blacksmith. Mother?
Fluttershy whimpered, walking further into the room.
What would you like to eat today?
You! I have a knife to catch you!
We're going to the Mystery of the Druids territory now, apparently.
Well, you know, my answer right now is not too different from what actually happens.
Oh.
Her mother suddenly burst out laughing. Fluttershy halted her movements forward, looking up at her mother in shock at the sight she had seen. No, never mind. The older mare just seemed to have found What? What?
Read it.
What?
Read it.
I can't. The older mare just seemed to have found some funny.
Some funny would like to find some funny new.
She has found some funny.
No, don't go for the chips. No, not the crisps. Anything but that. I will murder your crisps. Madhog,
Nihilism.
if you do not kill this joke, I will kill it for you.
Good. You go on and kill it, and then I will eat it. Okay. Something stuck in the teeth. That's annoying. Isn't that annoying when it happens?
Oh yeah, I had it with my bread a couple of minutes ago.
Let's talk all about that for the next hour.
How about no?
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, yes. That'll do nicely. The older mare smiled once she'd finished laughing, turning her head to grin at her daughter. Fluttershy couldn't move, afraid of what her mother was about to do. Come closer, my daughter, her mother said, twisting her body closer to the edge of her bed. That's the sound of twisting.
Yes.
Fluttershy began to hesitantly move closer to the bed. I said close! Fluttershy's mom began to yell, but suddenly fell from the bed, hitting the ground with a thud.
Mother!
Fluttershy cried out as she ran to her mother's side, trying to ensure she was okay. Ah, she's fine.
She just need to walk it off.
Ribs actually exposed.
Yeah, just need to walk it off. Take some ibuprofen or something for it.
Her mother groaned, but slowly rolled over onto her side. Other side, that is, so that she was facing her daughter. Once she could see her face, a wicked smile crawled onto her face. Ah, Fluttershy, dearest of all my friends. Sorry. My dearest daughter. Oh, you came just at the right time. You see, I finally figured it out. Yes, I did. The government has been hiding the existence of aliens for 40 years now. I mean, I figured out how to cure myself.
Well, we have Mad Mother now.
She was never sane to begin with.
Yes.
Her mother gave another short laugh.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, Mother, that's good news. I have to tell Father.
No, you can't tell your father yet. I mean, no, honey, you can't tell your father yet. Her mother hissed.
Why not?
Fluttershy asked, confused. She's not the only one. Because only you have the power. Can administer the treatment right now. Her mother laughed, carefully holding the knife up to Fluttershy. And you'll need this to cure me. At this point, yeah, you can see where everything is going at this point. I mean, it seems rather blatant.
Yeah.
It's anyway. I'd do it myself, but I'm far too weak to administer the treatment properly. But you, you can do it just fine. Her mother laughed. And you want me to be cured, right? Cured and happy. Right? Right? Right?
Of course I do. But what do I...
Fluttershy began to ask in confusion, but her mother seemed ready to answer. That's simple, my dear child. Okay, I have this nice little graphic or PowerPoint presentation to illustrate the right procedure. Step 1, you take the knife. Step 2, you strike me with it. Step 3, profit. Okay. Her mother smiled. Fluttershy froze. She was frozen today.
Yes, and there was no fires that could heat this up.
That didn't sound right at all.
I know, that joke was terrible.
She knew that something as sharp as a knife hurt when you grazed its edge. You're a smart child, aren't you?
Oh yeah, she definitely is a smart one.
Why would striking her mother cure her illness?
But Mother, that...
Are you questioning me? Her mother glared at her. Fluttershy's skin jumped at the glare. Fluttershy's skin jumped at the glare. This sounds like a really comical scene, actually.
So her skin came through her fur for a second.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, but...
That sounds like you're questioning me. I do not like to be questioned. Now, that's the same thing I said to that government agent I stopped last night.
Oh, no. I wasn't questioning you. I was, advising. Yes. Advising.
Tell me where evidence is. Her mother growled. If she could move with any decent strength, she'd have smacked her daughter. I need you to do this for me. Only you can prevent fires in the forest.
I don't think it's quite right, Mother.
Only you can do it right now. You do love me, right? Right?
Maybe?
Close enough. That pulled on Fluttershy's art.
Of course I do, Mother.
Then strike me! Her mother demanded.
Strike me with all the force of 200 crickets.
Strike me with all your might!
Oh gosh.
Fluttershy took a gulp as she shakily raised the knife up over her head. Yeah, all in one take.
Yeah.
She didn't want to bring it down. Her mind was telling her that doing this was wrong. The knife hovered in the air, unable to strike it down. Fluttershy? Ellipsis? Her mother spoke quietly. Coldly.
Coldly. I was going to say just now that apparently Fluttershy's name is Ellipses. They're the Ellipses family, apparently.
That explains a few things.
Yes?
Fluttershy whimpered, still holding the knife up. You said you loved me, but you haven't struck me with the knife yet, so you lied to me, her mother said bitterly.
No, I do.
Then strike me! Her mother yelled at her, making Fluttershy almost jump. Strike me! Love me! You're going to love me!
Oh gosh, really?
Oh, yes. And that's how the writer contextualizes that moment in The Best Night Ever. Yes, I know. Her mother's head snapped up off the ground, her mouth open as if to bite down on Fluttershy. Your Honor, it was legitimate defense.
Yeah.
The knife sailed through the air with a nice little actual sail raised up, and microscopic pirates just riding the edge of the knife, yelling, "Army matey, we sail for Mother's Land!"
Yes, we'll get that booty!
Wow, I can't believe I came up with that imagery. Okay, so the knife sailed through the air, embedding itself into her mother's side like a YouTube URL. Her mother's eyes went wide for a moment before the wicked grin returned. Yes! 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 Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Do it again!
Yes! Wait, what?
She demanded with a yell. Fluttershy pulled the knife out and slammed it back down into her mother. Don't stop me now.
Oh,
Don't stop the rock. Were the last words Fluttershy heard from her mother.
So, don't stop in cap locks. She must have been pretty loud then. For a dead woman.
The knife rose. But don't you know, Devar?
What?
The dead are the loudest.
I have nothing to say to that.
The dead never stay silent. The knife rose. Oh, wait. I think. No. Did I read that already?
No, you didn't.
The knife rose and sank down into the body before her. Again and again.
Just like Mother asked.
Exactly. Each strike sent blood flying like balloon fighters with their kites.
Yes, the pirates found the blood cannon.
Army mateys! Let's set sail for childhood trauma! Arr! Her fur was being coated, and her mane was drenched. Each strike sounded deafening, yet it was one of the quietest sounds in the world.
Let's see, let me think now. Yeah, that doesn't sound quiet to me.
Well, at least she was not using a mini chainsaw.
Ah, yeah, true.
It was as if the very knife was screaming at her. Oi, me matey! We found plunder! But only she could hear the screams of the blade. They inexplicably sound like pirate screeches. She plunged the knife in one last time. She panted, she cried, she shook. She did all those things. Her mother wasn't moving anymore. She wasn't speaking. Thank goodness. She wasn't breathing. And she wasn't warm anymore.
Mother's warmth gone forever. So poetic.
Hooray!
Parade time!
Fluttershy didn't know what was meant.
What this meant?
Oh, okay. For a moment there, I was having a post-traumatic stress disorder episode. It was meant. No! Why is this here? Plunged the knife in one level. I read that already.
Fluttershy didn't know what this meant.
Had she cured her mother like she had asked? Hadn't she put her through a lot of pain? Was she going to be alright?
Yes, she'll be fine. She's definitely fine.
Oh, and guess who comes into the room right about now?
Uh-oh.
It's Bozo the Clown! No, wait, it's her father.
Bozo the Clown!
If only. Okay, here we go. Fluttershy! Haven't you gotten that answer from your mother yet? Her father walked into the room. Seriously? That's what you have to say right now? Fluttershy slowly turned. I can imagine the scene from the father's perspective now. Hello, father. Look, Mommy's cured. She's not hurting anymore.
Mommy loves us forever now, because I cured her.
Are you proud of me, Daddy? Are you proud of me? Oh, like that undead child from Pet Sematary.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, Fluttershy slowly turned, tears streaming down her face. No, they might be literal tears of blood because she's coated in the substance.
Yeah.
Still holding on to the knife, covered in her mother's blood. Sitting before the corpse of her mother. Okay, father, I know this looks bad, but there is a perfectly logical explanation for this. This is not what it seems.
How dare you be gay? Leave the house!
Wait, what? Well, Fluttershy, you might have just killed your mother in cold blood, but at least you're not gay.
I'm sorry, that was a very tasteless joke, wasn't it? Oh, God.
No, it was kind of funny.
It was funny, but then I realised, oh, God, I might have been that sounded tasteless.
No, it's taking the piss off of conservative-minded homophobes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
The air was silent.
And then she farts.
No!
Then her father drew closer.
Father,
Fluttershy hiccuped. Thank you for that. Stop it. Trying to say something, anything to explain the sight before her father. However, she was silenced. Her father's hoof struck her hard. Her small body was sent sailing across the room. Ahoy, me matey! We sail for booty once more! Oh my gosh. Everything comes back to pirates now.
Yes.
Across the room and smashed into the wall. She let out a yelp of pain before hitting the ground. Her father picked up her mother's head with his hoof as he began to cry. I think that pretty much explains everything you need to know about this.
Yes. It definitely explains everything.
That explains everything! Right, so it's back to you, I guess, and present time.
Yes. Tears streamed down her face.
I killed my mother?
Join the club.
Yeah, join the club with the rest of the mother killers, for varied reasons.
Hey, at the very least, it's not that other club that has the name Mother on it.
Yes.
Subtle.
Fluttershy whimpered.
I killed?
She cried.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo.
She couldn't believe she had done it, but she had done it.
Okay, at this point, somebody should hand her a dépliant that says, "So you've killed your mother because she asked you to do so, and your father hates you now. What to do next?"
And it turns out this is just a very unique way of finding out the real killer.
Oh no, she did it.
Yes, I know, but what I mean is, this whole Silent Ponyville thing was all a ruse to find out the real killer.
I'm sorry, are we playing Silent Danganronpa?
Maybe. All because her mother had yelled at her, because she had been too weak to disobey her mother. Fluttershy felt her stomach twist. She felt like she was going to be sick. She turned and ran into the bathroom, wanting to escape the room for even a moment. However, her brain assaulted her once more, a vision of memories forgotten appearing before her once more.
It's time for a little bit of
Bonding?
contextualizing details.
And bonding?
No.
Okay, so there is bonding, right? At some point.
No.
Alright. Okay.
There was silence as her father scrubbed away at her coat, washing away the blood that had begun to cake onto her fur. The hot water was managing to get most of it away, but some of it was being stubborn. Oh, you stubborn blood. I'll get you yet.
I deal with you on a daily basis, and this is how you thank me? Get out of my house, blood!
He was being hard with the brush. Harder than he had ever been before. Fluttershy didn't speak up, though. She couldn't speak up against it. Her heart felt like it was in a million pieces. Do you know what you've done? Her father finally asked. Fluttershy whimpered a response. She couldn't say any words. Shut up! You took your mother from us, her father said, as if he was breathing. Wait. As if he was breathing was becoming more ragged?
So good. It definitely, I know what they mean, more ragged. No! I've got a knife here! I am going to kill your crisps! By the way, what flavour are they? What flavour are those crisps?
Good question. Let's see. Classic. It's gluten-free.
I'm going to kill them!
And minus 30% fats in this one, compared to the traditional chip. That's nice.
I will cake it all in blood!
Cake.
No, not literal cake! Metaphorical cake!
Metaphorical cakes. They're even more delicious.
You're not supposed to like it!
Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. As if he was breathing, was becoming more rugged. Screw you. The brush stopping its cleaning. You took the most wonderful mare I've ever known. I have known her much longer than I've known you, which means I loved her more than you. You took her out of this world, and now she's stuck into this alien planet where every single step is a booby trap. Another world reference.
Yes, I could tell.
Yeah. Her gripped. Wait.
I think you meant to say he.
Her gripped the brush harder. Sure, why not? He started to speak through gritted teeth. You did it so quickly, too! You did not even use the mini chainsaw. I sent you to help her, and you killed her! And it was at this point that the father became mad. Mad father. And also inexplicably became human.
Yes. And found Maria.
Oh, Maria was already there. Fluttershy's eyes burned with tears.
A fire!
No regular ones. Her father's words made her heart sting worse.
Because her father was a bee.
You're a monster. he growled. Without warning, he pushed her head down under the water.
Yay for contextualizing fear of water!
Yes, that explains all the water in this story. Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I still hate it. Fluttershy scrambled at the unexpected movement, her mouth and nose filling with water as her hair escaped her lungs. Her hooves flailed as she tried to push herself up the water, but the hoof holding her down was too strong. The hair escaped her quickly, and her lungs began to burn. She reached for air, but it wouldn't come. Just, I don't know. It's like Hair is a lover, and she's waiting for her lover under the bridge, but she's not coming. Hair wouldn't come.
Poor Air would not return the love.
Suddenly, she was lifted up into the air. Instinctively, she took in a big gasp of air. Only for her head to be shoved back under the water.
I was about to say yay.
She lost her air almost instantly again, her whole body beginning to feel like it was burning from the movements. This repeated several times, getting a short breath of air only to have it painfully taken away by the water once more. Her struggling head lessened, and now she was too weak to push against the water. The goddamn water! Too tired to try and get air. The hoof was holding her under the water for good now. Oh my god! Ugh! Her eyes began to roll into the back of her head as her limbs stopped moving. She couldn't say.
Stay.
She couldn't stay awake any longer. She was pulled out of the water again. Her body gasped and took in the fresh air. Air! Water! Oof! Lantern! And by the union of the four elements, Captain Redundancy is born. Before coughing up water that filled her lungs, she puked slightly as her body tried to reject the water that attacked her body.
Apparently they're water pirates.
Oh, as opposed to land pirates?
Yes.
Oh, man. No, just killing you would be too easy. Her father growled, watching her sputter and gasp for breath. You need to understand the misery you've caused with your love. Her father let go of her mane. Fluttershy instinctively catching herself on the edge of the bathtub, still recovering as her father walked out.
Wow. Just wow. I have nothing to say to that. That's just redundantly brutal. And we're back to present time again.
Yippee.
Fluttershy shook as she stared at the bathroom. Her father had tried to kill her. He could have killed her, but he didn't.
Kinda wish she did at this point.
Though she felt like she...
Fluttershy! You were dead all along. It's time for you to move on.
Yes, it's time for you to accept your crimes.
No, it's like Jacob's Ladder. Which, Jacob's Ladder was actually a primary source of inspiration for the whole Silent Hill franchise.
Oh, right. Oh. Though she felt like she deserved it at the moment.
I like to see you so enthused in whatever I'm saying.
Sorry, I was yawning, so... It is late, so... She had killed her mother in cold blood. Death sounded exactly like what she deserved. She backed out of the bathroom, slowly. She didn't want to be in that room anymore. She turned to the door to the hallway and quickly exited. And let me guess. I'm going to take a wild guess. We're going to have another memory scene at some point. She panted heavily outside her mother's bedroom as her tears refused to stop. She slowly hobbled forward, having difficulty even seeing where she was going. She reached her hoof up, touching what felt like a door. Without thinking, she pushed it open, stepping inside. And then memory scene again.
Mm-hmm. So, you sewed it back together, huh? Her father said, sounding weird all of a sudden, looking at the sloppy sewing job her daughter had done with her favorite doll.
Yes, sir.
Fluttershy replied meekly, lowering her head as her father held it. He wasn't impressed at all. All the stitches were visible, the sniffing.
Stuffing.
You know, I'm going to go with sniffing instead.
Okay.
The sniffing was still hanging out of spots, not sewn close enough. Not soon. I'm losing my sight. I cannot see. I cannot. Oh boy.
It's those crisps, you know.
Ugh. And the fibers easily would come loose if tugged on.
Also, I swear we read this ages ago, last year.
Unacceptable! He said before grabbing the doll and tearing it apart. Fluttershy snapped her head up in shock as she watched. He tore apart all the seams and stitches. She had worked so hard making the doll one piece again after he'd torn it up the first time. Soon the doll lay in pieces of cloth and stuffing before her eyes. And then his father was arrested for murder.
Doll murder.
Yes, by the doll police. Oh my god, this sentence. If you love it, I shall destroy it, he said sternly. Then it will be your job to put it back together. And if you can't do it perfectly, then you don't deserve it at all, he said as he walked over to his bookshelf.
Father of the Year, everybody.
I think we established that. Fluttershy whimpered as she began to pick up the pieces of her favorite, most beloved doll. Her doll, Ashley. The stupidly named doll, Ashley.
A human doll, by the sounds of it.
A book slammed itself before her, making Fluttershy almost jump, but she read the title carefully. The Mastery of Sewing. That's a great idea. I'm going to sue my dad for slander and abuse. It's actually suing, not suing.
Yes, sewing, not suing. We got you.
If you don't want to see your doll destroyed, you will make it look perfect.
Yes, for it must be beautiful, like a doll should be.
Her father said before returning to his desk, going back to his work.
What is this? What was this month in fathers? You know, wanting perfect everything.
Once she said all the... Okay, I need to... Oh boy. Once she had all the pieces of the doll, Fluttershy carefully picked up the book with her mouth. You careful not to stain it with her tears, as she quickly left her father's study. It's back to present time again.
Yes, and it won't be long until back to Fluttershy memory land. Fluttershy whimpered. She was in her father's study. She had wandered in there by accident, but now she had seen more of what she had forgotten. She swallowed back more tears as she began to calm herself down. Her mind began to put things together. I wanted to see this. She breathed heavily, reminding herself that she had chosen to come here, that she had told herself that there was no turning back now.
I have to see every memory, for my sake.
She took a deep breath as she wiped her face of tears, before pushing back on the door to her father's study, exiting it. She stumbled out of the study a little, finding the kitchen that lay just on the opposite side of it. She steadied herself before walking to the kitchen. The haze returned as another memory surfaced. Also, I don't know why, but I was kind of thought that we were going to continue the trend of emotions getting elevated. She would be getting worse with tears and running to every memory. That seems...
Yes, suddenly it has stopped wasting our precious time, and it started getting right to the point.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't waste 5 paragraphs describing her bandaging style. What the hell do you think you're doing, you motherfuckers?
Oh no.
Her father yelled loudly. Fluttershy dropped the box of cereal she had picked up from the top shelf of the counter, her wings snapping shut to her sides as she fell a few feet before landing on the ground with a thud, even though it's a floor made of clouds. What do I know? Her father was furious as he stormed up to her, Fluttershy trying to back away out of fear. Grabbed her hoof and forced her to eye level with him. What have I told you about flying without permission? You're not allowed to do it, even in the house, he yelled at her, gripping her oof hard.
I'm sorry,
she cried out as regular tears, streamed from her eyes. Her hoof hurt like crazy as she gripped it hard. You're eating, aren't you?
No, I'm trying to get something out of my teeth.
Okay.
And this is your line.
No, I was waiting for you to stop. To finish.
Sorry.
Yeah, out of politeness. It's only fair.
Alright.
Come on, do it. Take your time. An hour, 2 hours,
are you saying
forever.
Are you saying that you want us to have an hour's worth of footage of me getting food out of my teeth?
It's far more entertaining than any of this anyway.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's you, actually.
Actually, no, it's, we've already read that part. It's the one below it.
Okay. I've told you before, bad fillies who don't listen to what they're told get eaten by dragons. Flight of dragons. Do you want to get eaten by a dragon? That explains why there is a big, ugly, undead dragon in her subconscious mind.
Yeah.
No!
It also contextualizes her fear of dragons in the actual show.
Yeah.
Except it really doesn't, because it was never a proper phobia.
Yeah.
Because if it were to be a phobia, then she could not stand the presence even of Spike. Because
yes,
that's how phobias work. Phobias are not plot conveniences of life. Okay. Fluttershy cried out, struggling against his grip. Well, you're attracting a dragon by flying as a bad filly. You must want to be eaten by a dragon, then. Why else would you be flying without permission? His screams made her ears feel like they wanted to burst.
No, I don't want to be eaten by a dragon. I'm sorry.
She cried harder. Well, you know what? You know what?
Yeah, what?
You want to know what?
Wait, yeah,
You want to know what?
Yeah, I want to know.
I think I can hear a dragon right now.
That's not good.
He's already pretty close because you've flown. Maybe I should just throw you outside so I can just eat you right up. He hissed and growled.
No, Daddy, please. I don't want to be eaten.
Fluttershy wailed, afraid for her life. Okay. Yeah, no, there is a comma here. I was ready to just write this thing off as commaless, but there is a comma, in fact. Well, if you don't want to be eaten, then there's only one thing I can do, he said, tossing his daughter to the ground. The wind escaped her body as she tried to scramble to her feet, only to have her father Soof step on her, holding her down.
Oh,
And
God,
there
no!
it is! There it is, the absence of a comma. Thank you for that.
Oh gosh, no.
I think you know where this is going.
Please, no.
His mouth reached down, gripping down hard on the wing.
Oh, thank God.
Forcibly. Forcibly. What?
Never mind, let's just finish this sentence.
You were thinking he was going to... Oh, come on! That's messed up, Devar.
I don't know what this is gonna go for.
Okay, so he beat down hard on her wing, forcibly extending it despite all of her efforts to shut it.
No, Daddy, please stop.
She cried out as pain shot through her back, but it was too late. He wasn't going to stop. Crack! Yeah, you know what? The actual crack sound, onomatopoeic word, it's it's written in red.
Yes, interesting enough.
Not really.
That's why I think this.
Red
Silly.
font for the word crack. How nice. Fluttershy cried louder than she ever had before as her father snapped her wing. And not something worse, right, Devar?
Yeah, nothing worse. This could have been a lot worse. I'm glad for that.
You heard him, folks? Devar is glad that child's limb was broken by her father.
Yeah, but wait, what? No!
Take this out of context at your will. There, now you won't be flying for a while, and you won't attract any dragons, he simply said, stepping off of his wailing daughter. I snapped it carefully. You'll be able to fly once it's healed, but we'll have to get you to the hospital to put a cast on it, which means we get to visit Nurse Joy.
Yay!
He said, though a grin formed on his face. Though only once the dragon has left, so he's going to just stand there and watch his daughter seething in pain.
What a douchebag.
Yeah, well, you killed my wife! No. Fluttershy barely heard her father's words past her own screams of agony from the burning pain that echoed from her wing.
Can pain echo from a body part?
I don't know. Let's test it out. Devar, pass me your arm.
I thought... no, we have to do this properly. I need a wing. I need a wing.
Okay, On my 3.
Wait, no.
1.
I didn't agree to this.
And a 2.
No.
And a 3.
Ah!
So, is the pain echoing?
No, it's just telling me that you just broke my arm.
Well, I guess that myth just got busted.
And my arm.
Puts on sunglasses. Oh boy. Anyway, we are back to present time again.
Fluttershy gulped down more tears, trying to hold herself back from crying. She slowly backed out of the kitchen.
My father, he was cruel.
Father, yes, I am a prisoner. Wow, 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 wow.
Skype does not go well for synchronization of harmonies.
It doesn't.
She whimpered softly to herself.
I can believe that I made myself forget all this.
I think you mean can't believe.
It's all painful to remember.
She shut her eyes, another tear escaping, despite trying to force herself not to cry. She's been trying to force herself a lot this chapter. She struggled with her hooves to make herself continue forward. Past the kitchen was the living room.
Is that necessary?
I don't know, I thought it'd be silly. She could see the front door from there. She knew that was where she needed to head. Her instincts told her so.
Also, it's the only door that you have not opened thus far, so there's that.
However, the living room held one more memory that she had to see.
Yes, the most important memory of all. The memory of that one lamp that shall not be turned on.
Yes, the memory of Christmas.
Yes, wait, what?
Yes, the memory of Christmas. It all makes sense now. It's why the lights are off all day.
No, they don't have Christmas in Equestria.
Close enough. It's Christmas.
You heard him, kids. All winter holidays are called Christmas, no matter the cultural origin.
Yes. It's Christmas everywhere in everyone's hearts.
Oh boy.
Oh yes. Sorry.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I'm just being silly. The haze returned as the memory came to her once more. And another flashback.
Okie dokie then. Where did you get that? Her father asked as Billy Fluttershy walked through the door, carrying a candy bar in her mouth.
I hope it's a double...
candy bar? That is the sweet of the devil?
If it's not a double-decker, then thou shalt go to heck. Double-decker is a British sweet, just so you know.
Colt at school gave it to me.
She said quietly.
He said he liked me and wanted me to have it.
She said, gently chewing on the end of the bar, savoring the sweet taste of victory and scoring.
Oh wait, that means she should have been going.
Oh, he said he liked me and wanted me to have it.
Young lady, you do not speak with your mouth full. I believe I taught you better than that. Also, give me that. It's mine now. Ha ha.
Also, I thought we'd learned this after I broke your jaw. Oh, good lord, what did I just say?
Oh, you did, Dee Dee. Facial expression slowly turns into the Grinch's. Just this wide, evil smile. Her father said, walking up to Fluttershy.
Nonchalantly.
Yes. Fluttershy looked up at her father, taking a step back from him, getting so close. Fluttershy fell to the ground. Is this some sort of lame poetry? Fluttershy looked up at her father. Fluttershy took a step back. Fluttershy fell to the ground. Little Fluttershy foo-foo.
That sounds like a children's book if I ever heard one.
Like a children's, what's the name I'm looking for?
I don't know. That's why we call them children's books.
Oh, they have a very specific name. It's like a children's nursery rhyme.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Fluttershy fell to the ground as her father's hoof hit her hard across the face. What? All that build up and then it's just a punch to the face? The candy bars lead across the room. Let me tell you something, brother. About boys loving you, brother.
Oh, here we go. This is the reason why Fluttershy's a lesbian.
That's stupid in so many ways.
Yes, I know, but the scene is setting up like as if it's going to contextualize it.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. About boys loving you, brother. He growled, grabbing Fluttershy by the mane and picking her up, eliciting yelps of pain from the filly. "'Cause we only hurt you, brother. They only think of themselves, Mean Gene, and they want nothing more than to see you suffer, brother." He grinned wickedly. "After all, Mean Gene, look at me. I love you, and here I am hurting you, brother.
I love you, and I hate you.
And what you gonna do, brother, when the power of Alchemia is going to run through you, brother?" He said before tossing his daughter across the room, her landing hard against the floor. And from that moment forward, Fluttershy became known as the ultimate warrior! Hulk Hogan! I'll get my revenge on you, Hulk Hogan! I'll take you to the straw city! So she's not into boys because daddy.
Yes, I knew this would come up. This is like...
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. Patriarchal BS. Anyway. Fluttershy cried as she tried to curl up into a ball, not wanting to be hurt anymore. But I suppose you must really like being hurt if you're going to let a colt like you. So basically, our logical answer to that is starting dating fillies.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. That'll poke a hole into his daddy's logic.
Yes.
It would be like, well, you got me there. Totally.
Wow, she really got me good on that one.
Jinkies. Her father grinned, walking up to his daughter, kicking her in the back while at it, essentially. Sure, why not? Causing her to cry out in pain. Any colt that gets close to you will do nothing but hurt you. So I hope you enjoy this for the rest of your life. Which will not be long at this rate. I'm sure you'll find a colt who loves you even more than I do. Her father laughed before walking off to his study. So, you know, I get that he is snapped because of the untimely death of his wife, which was caused by his daughter. But he's acting more and more like a supervillain.
Yeah.
Than a regular, traditional, abusive father. Just
especially with all the dialogue he's saying here.
Every time you feel hope, I shall drown you in despair.
Sounds like a caricature, now that you put it like that.
Yes, pretty much. Fluttershy whimpered and cried where she curled up, remembering the colt from school who had given her the candy bar. Suddenly, her mind filled with anger, hate for the cult who had given her the candy bar. All he wanted to do was hurt her. He wanted to get her close to her so that he could make her cry and suffer, just like her father did.
I hate cults!
Well, that was stupid.
Yes.
Fluttershy whimpered out loud. She vowed to herself that she would never like a cult, or let a cult like her, for as long as she lived. You know, this completely recontextualizes as romance with Rainbow Dash as something that's just wrong by design, which is so backwards.
Yeah, this leaves a really, really terrible taste in my mouth reading this.
Speaking of taste in one's mouth. Oh.
Can I join you?
Oh, sure. Have some.
Thanks.
That's good. That's good.
You can have you can have a slice of red Leicester cheese if you like. I haven't bitten that yet.
No, thank you. I appreciate that, my man. Well, tea along with tea and crumpets. That's good.
No, there's no crumpets here. Naughty. Just a nice glass of orange juice.
No, that's good. I'll have that. Juicy.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of this.
It's an internet picnic.
Oh yeah, definitely is. Another lump.
All right.
Yeah, present time. And I really don't want to read this next part, but I have to. Another lump came to Fluttershy's throat.
My father, he made me hate cults.
She thought to herself.
But...
yes, she thought to herself by saying it out loud.
But I don't hate them.
She knew better now. Not all cults were like her father. Not all of them would hurt her just because she got close to them.
Yeah, you're right. Some of them would lure you into their cave, kill your friend, turn him into cupcake, and forcing you to eat them.
Yeah.
You know, like the cult in the previous story.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, that's kind of worse.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But...
I guess cults all suck.
Yeah. But she still had never had interest in being with a cult. The only pony she had fallen in love with was Rainbow Dash.
Now there is this big asterisk beside this sentence that we cannot get rid of.
Do I love Rainbow Dash for her? Or because she was the only pony who got close to me that didn't hurt me?
Fluttershy found herself confused by her own feelings now.
I'm surprised that the story is actually bringing this topic up, trying to convey an actual moment of emotional turmoil that's not another self-defeating paragraph, like most of everything else here.
Yeah.
So, good on you, story. Let's see where you're going with this.
Yeah. Everything she had believed had turned upside down in a single moment. It felt like she had just been lying to herself all this time, and that everything she had done might have been a mistake.
No,
she suddenly said firmly to herself.
Because of Rainbow Dash, I came to Ponyville. I escaped from my father. I messed the best friends I've ever had. Friends who care about me more than anything else. I fell in love and had a wonderful relationship
stressing the had here, the past tense.
It doesn't lead to anything.
Yes, she said, looking up at the ceiling, as thoughts of her friends came to mind.
Okay, so this was resolved a bit too quickly, but I'll give this to the story.
Yeah.
It set up a conflict, and it solved it. That's something. Also, it didn't go down that horrible route that we thought it was going to get. No, it addressed the elephant in the room and put our minds at ease. Or at least it tried to.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work for me, but at least there was an attempt.
Yeah. She remembered so many wonderful moments to give her friends. Within a top 10 list.
Number 10!
Oh, picking flowers.
Number 9!
Going to parties.
Number 8!
Playing games.
Number 7!
Sleepovers.
Number 6!
Tea parties, anybody? Ho ho.
Number 5!
Hanging out.
Number 4 through number 1?
Adventuring. With more adventuring.
And ellipses.
And ellipses.
Oh boy. Okay.
She'd done so much of her life now. All the picnickings. Yeah. Even though she had forgotten about her foalhood because it was painful, it hadn't stopped her from moving on in her life, from experiencing all the wonders life had to offer. If anything, because of her father pushed her away, she found her way into the embrace of the ponies that truly loved her.
Wow, way to rationalize this. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm touched, but I like.
No, this is actually pretty bad.
Yeah,
this is pretty bad for the right reasons.
That's what I was getting at.
That's how the mind of a victim of abuse would tend to rationalize actually receiving said abuse. Like, hey, I'm actually better because of that. And the person who abused me actually loved me. And denial and self-deprecating, self-loathing. All the good stuff, essentially. The good stuff,
like
in quotation marks.
Yes, like I said, the ending part was at least touching, but it's like everything else in between just sounds like a bit... an excuse.
That's because it is.
She took a deep breath as she calmed down. A small smile formed on her face.
Yes, even though all this happened, I still have my friends,
she said, a warmth sparking inside of her heart.
Because friendship is not trying to drown you inside a bathtub or break your wings.
Yeah. Or make you hate boys. It gave her legs strength. She walked through the living room up to the front door of the house. She could see the lock on the door. The lock with the symbol of a doll on it.
Ooh, it's a doll.
She carefully reached into her bag and pulled out the key with the doll symbol on it. The key she had picked up a while ago, and still had.
I don't remember this at all.
Maybe it was at the beginning-ish. Oh, so it's like her favorite doll was with her all this time throughout the story then, if that's the case. She carefully placed the key into the lock, the door letting out a click to let her know it had worked.
Fancy.
She carefully pushed the door open and walked through the door.
On
the other side was a large open room, almost like a small gymnasium.
Gymnasium, yes. Gymnasium.
She walked forward to the middle of the room when she stopped. A black fire was burning on the other side of the court. The fire slowly grew, rising up into the shape of a pony, before red eyes appeared on its face, its mouth, a white mouth opening. It was the dark creature.
My, doesn't this scene look familiar? A showdown in the middle of an arena that came right after a series of flashbacks that detail whatever moment of self-realization the main character had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen this before happening at the end of the previous story, not at all.
No, yeah, totally. This is totally different. Totally, threw a curveball on this one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that basically...
And I'm pretty sure the climax is going to go completely different too, compared to last time.
Yeah. Fluttershy stared at the creature. She didn't feel a heavy, overbearing presence this time.
No, his breath was just stinky. That's all.
The creature was still drawing fear from her heart, but it wasn't overwhelming her now. She could stand before this creature now.
Well, good for you.
It's time we settle this with a game of volleyball.
I was hoping for a children's card game.
Well, you know, sports anime and such. Let me think now. It was either that or dodgeball for referencing Dexter's Laboratory. The creature slowly turned itself around, showing its back to Fluttershy. Fluttershy looked at the creature curiously, not sure to what it was doing. I think the creature forgot its line, so it wants to know what it should do. So it's like looking to the side, like, what am I supposed to do?
Okay, don't worry. We'll give you a dead body, so you go from there.
Then, as it turned around, she could see that hanging from its mouth was the body of Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy let out a gasp as the creature flicked its head, tossing the body towards Fluttershy, and then she did one of those uppercuts to Rainbow Dash.
I'd love to see that.
And then pass it back to the creature. The creature passes it back to Fluttershy.
Yes, and then there will be Mauro Ranallo saying, "There ain't no party like an uppercut party."
And JBL will go like, "Well, looks like Shy is not so shy anymore. She's giving Dash all the dash she's got."
Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
Michael?
You see that, Michael?
You see that, Michael?
Oh gosh. Stay in the ring, for goodness sakes, JBL.
Oh, I'd say stay away from
Yes,
everything.
actually, stay away, actually. It landed right before her, hitting the ground with a thud. Fluttershy reached a hoof out and gently nudged the body. It was cold. Rainbow Dash was dead, killed by the creature before her. Fluttershy stared at the body for a long while, the creature watching her, grinning as it waited. Fluttershy moved her hoof away from the body, a sad look appearing on her face. She turned her head upwards to look at the dark creature.
I'm over it now.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, sure. That's your reaction to seeing dead Rainbow Dash.
Father,
She spoke softly.
I understand now.
I understand that I am a prisoner.
I understand I was Daddy's little girl.
My body is a cage, and my mind is the key.
She made sure to spoke clearly.
I've done a horrible thing. And it's likely that I can never be forgiven for what I've done.
And then it turns out the dark creature, it was Old Man Jenkins all along! No, wait, this was all an elaborate scheme to have Fluttershy scared out of her mind so that he can actually build real estate inside her mind. And he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for that pesky pony.
I'm sure Y-Boy would have loved that reference.
Yeah, he probably would.
I can't bring the dead back to life, and the blood of my mother is on my hooves.
Fluttershy.
But you see, if you buy real estate...
Fluttershy closed her eye for a moment, taking a deep breath, before she continued.
I probably deserved all the punishments I received.
Yes, you get all the punishment scenes from Danganronpa 2. All of them!
Well, as long as it's not Danganronpa Despair Girls.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Yes, I know about that now. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
good lord.
Yeah, okay.
Not for the weak of heart. No fool. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
No fool should ever do what I did. Though it may have been tough living with what I did and receiving the punishments of my deeds, I lived with everything.
She smiled softly.
And I've grown up to have a wonderful life now. I've left behind all the things that made me sad, that hurt me, that made me miserable living at home.
And for some reason there's a paragraph break without a quotation closing, and then...
Yes, well, we pointed that mistake before.
Yes, I'm just pointing again for clarity and all jazz. And then open quotation again.
I have wonderful friends, animals that depend on me, a home. I take care of myself. I found love that didn't hurt me.
She smiled softly. Did I just read this?
Yes.
Good. I'm not going crazy. When the creepy, ominous narrator is asking if he's crazy, you know there's a problem with your story.
Yeah, I've gotten all of this, and it was all thanks to you beating me up as a child. Yes.
This story is terrible for this reason.
You know, I understand what the intent was. Like, she managed to find happiness in spite of everything she went through.
Yeah.
Because of the good friendships that she made after she left her home.
Yeah.
And that's good for her, but the way it's conveyed here, it seems like that her current happiness is a direct consequence of her previous unhappiness.
Yeah, it's like...
Which is bollocks.
Yeah, it's just, this whole situation is so ridiculous that it's like, please do not tell me she's gonna thank her father for all the pain, the suffering.
No. That would be stupid, would it?
Well, it's what it sounds like so far.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's keep on reading.
For God's sakes. Fluttershy carefully stepped over the body before her, because Rainbow Dash is not important anymore.
Nah.
Walking up closer to the dark creature, the smile of the creature faded as it looked down on her.
Wait, why are you coming closer? Stand back. I'm taking medications. Stay away from me.
As if not amused, Fluttershy came to stand just inches before him, looking up to him, smiling.
Well, here we go.
You brought a lot of pain to me, but I forgive you.
Okay, that's not so bad. It just shows how much of a better person she is compared to her father. That's not bad, so I guess we can let it pass. Let's continue.
She leaned in and nuzzled the chest of the dark creature. The creature let out a roar.
I forgive you for everything. And I thank you.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on!
Thank you for letting me find a wonderful life.
Ah! No! No!
No! No!
This is stupid!
I was afraid of this!
Stupid. This is so stupid! What kind of misguided logic is this?
This is wrong! This story enables abuse!
You see, kids, it's okay if your father abused you horribly as a child, because that horrible abuse will actually help you find happiness.
And you thank him for it!
And you have to thank him for it, obviously.
Yeah, don't call the cops or all that good stuff.
Yeah, speaking of which, why didn't anybody know this, how she was getting beaten up? It's not like it wasn't obvious. You know, child support services must be terrible in Cloudsdale.
Yeah.
Then again, it's the same place that allows the existence of the Rainbow Factory.
Yeah. If we are to believe the fandom's theories.
I don't. But, you know, since we're at it.
Yes. Oh, that's a really cool song, though. Right. Okay. That's out of our system. An orb of bright white light appeared in the air above the two, floating down towards Fluttershy. The dark creature roared out in pain as the light gently floated past him. Reaching Fluttershy's chest, the light engulfed her body, filling her with a pleasant warmth. The bandages that covered her body began to unfurl. Each bandage was pulled away from her body, pulling around her as her body recovered.
Okay, let's spend the next 5 paragraphs describing each and every one of those bandages in detail.
Well, as long as we don't go down the path of 6 days of sacrifice, then I guess we'll be good. Oh gosh, can't believe I thought of that as a reference. Her wings extended out. She stood on all legs. All her legs were standing. She opened both her eyes to look at the roaring dark creature, which seemed to be fading away as the light shined. The very existence of the creature seemed to be fading away, burning up in the bright light that surrounded her.
The last thing it ever uttered? Curse you, Perry the Platypus!
The last bits of the darkness that made up the creature disappeared as the light began to slowly fade. Fluttershy smiled softly as she looked down, seeing on her chest in place of the lantern was now a golden necklace with a pink butterfly-shaped jewel. Hello there, element of kindness.
Yep. Completely different from Silent Ponyville 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Rooney.
Yep, totally different. For a moment, her necklace glowed once more. A beam of light shot out, creating a doorway of light before her. Fluttershy looked at the doorway of light, knowing what it was. So, this is my way home now, she said, looking at the door. Once she passed through that archway of light, she would leave this world. She'd go back to Ponyville. She'd be able to take everything she had learned and live a better life than she had before her. I can't leave just yet.
Oh, please end it! End it for the love of God!
She smiled at the doorway before turning around and running away from the light. I have 2 friends who are lost and need my help.
Oh yes, those 2. Completely forgot.
Completely accessories.
I mean, they were so vital to the story, weren't they?
Yes. I mean, I haven't played or seen Silent Hill games where basically
fully to know this details, but did other characters who entered Silent Hill basically ever, in their stories, ever converge with the main characters?
They do on a thematic level.
Right then. That's good to know, because I just didn't know that detail, because I thought it did. Do you want to take over at this point, or...?
Yeah, sure, this is the time in which, this is the moment in which not only we prove once and for all the uselessness of Pinkie Pie's character in this story, but it's also the moment in which whatever development, whatever resolution she had in the previous story gets taken completely away from her. Pinkie Pie lay on the ground, panting in pain and exhaustion. Ha-ha! You've been running away oh so well! You're very good at it! The other Pinkie smiled, walking towards Pinkie. Oh God, not this again!
I was gonna say, we're doing this again! The same song and dance!
Pinkie Pie! The other Pinkie! The Pinkie Pie that's not Pinkie Pie! Pinkie! You've killed me 3 times, and yet here I am again! You must really want to be a part of my parties! The other Pinkie laughed. Pinkie Pie could only sob. This other Pinkie wanted to kill, and she couldn't stop her. As opposed to the other 5 times, not counting the original story. Silent Ponyville 2, you can burn in hell.
Yes.
You destroyed the only good thing about this franchise. What was the point of trying to stop her? She let Fluttershy go, get separated twice now. She was probably dead with how injured she had been, and Rainbow Dash hated her. What was the point of trying to stop her other self from killing, when she was just as guilty of it herself?
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry, Bellamina, Pinkie sobbed, closing her eyes. Oh, well, guess I'll just have to take my time playing with you. The other Pinkie smiled, picking up her butcher's knife. Butcher, by the way, with a capital B. So I'm just going to assume she borrowed the knife from the butcher from Diablo.
Ah, fresh meat.
Yes. As she drew closer, as Devar stopped drinking or eating or whatever he was doing.
Sorry, I was drinking, so I really needed it because my throat is dry and scratchy.
Okay. Now, just hold it right there for 1 minute, came a motherly demand. Oh, wait, it's actually Fluttershy who says this.
Oh, okay. No, wait, so you go. I'm sorry, I just turned away because I didn't want my, Right, let's see.
Now just hold it right there for 1 minute,
came a motherly demand, which really sounds more like Fluttershy is scolding a child rather than stopping a murderer.
Yeah.
That's a bit, that's tonally deaf. That's what it is. Pinkie and the other Pinkie snapped their heads to the doorway to the room they were in. There stood a yellow Pegasus pony with long pink hair, wearing a golden necklace.
Hasn't your mother ever told you it's not nice to hurt other ponies?
Fluttershy stomped across the room towards the other Pinkie Pie. The normal Pinkie Pie was just staring with her mouth agape. Fluttershy, are you stealing my character development again? Well, yeah, but I'm not really hurting them. I'm playing with them. The other Pinkie laughed, putting down her butcher's knife to talk to Fluttershy.
Why?
That's not how you play nice with other ponies.
Fluttershy stood right up to the other Pinkie, looking her straight in the eye.
You were going to seriously hurt my friend. You don't use knives or sharp objects when you play. You play nice games, like pin the tail on the pony or bobbing for apples. You should know better than this.
But the other Pinkie began to protest.
No buts! You should be ashamed of yourself. I have half a mind to tell your mother the kind of games you've been playing with other ponies.
Why did this revert into a regular episode? Just all of a sudden.
I have no idea.
The other Pinkies seem to be shrinking back under the scolding of Fluttershy.
Now, you're going to take your little things and get rid of them. And I never want to catch you doing this again. You got that?
The other Pinkie could only nervously nod her head rapidly before picking up her butcher's knife and turning, running away from Fluttershy.
I was more thinking of something more sillier, she goes like, "Aww," and then just limply puts her butcher's knife to the ground and then drags it along the floor while sad piano music plays as she walks away ashamed of herself.
The theme from that Peanuts movie. You know the one.
Yes.
Hey, hi Pinkie Pie. Aren't you happy I render your character development completely pointless by solving your own conflict for you? Yes, it's almost like the previous story had no meaning whatsoever.
Yeah, not wonderful, guys.
I hate this so much.
This guy committed a T.A. Kubo from Bleach.
Oh boy.
That's a good second, Pinkie Pie.
Fluttershy smiled happily, seeing the other Pinkie run off, before turning to the Pinkie who was staring in shock at the sight she had seen. Fluttershy.
How was that? I was so assertive.
Yeah! And the Minotaur guy just pops out for no reason and says, I turn you into a lean, mean, assertive machine!
Yes.
Fluttershy softly chuckled as she felt a happy shiver go down her back. Pinkie Pie stared, and I guess that's it. It took a long time for her to even register what was going on, but once it dawned on her that Fluttershy had just scared her other self away, a smile formed on her face. It quickly began to grow, before a sound escaped her lips.
Doing.
Yeah, I think that's the only sensible reaction. Pinkie Pie began to laugh. She laughed hard, rolling over onto her back as her hooves flailed in the air. Fluttershy had scared away the very thing that scared her so to her... I don't care.
Fuck it.
And she done it by just being Fluttershy. Pinkie couldn't help but laugh as her hair poofed out into its usual curls. It was one of the funniest things she'd ever seen. No,
it's tone deaf. This tone has completely changed. This is not right.
Thank you.
Fluttershy said, smiling, giving a small bow to Pinkie Pie, accepting the laughing as a compliment. Oh, Fluttershy. Oh, you. Pinkie laughed, finally rolling back onto her hoofs and rushing up, hugging her friend dearly. So how did you get out of the closet? Well, who cares? You're all better, and you saved me, and you completely stole my spotlight.
I love you. Can we go out?
Pinkie laughed joyously.
Hey, what are friends for?
To steal your spotlight, obviously. But it's okay, you see. If a friend abuses you, that just means that that's going to make your life happy in a few years from now, by some derailed alien logic.
It's that moment Princess Celestia looks at the letter and then looks at, like, everyone else around her, like, as if, what's just happened?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
speaking of friends, have you seen Rainbow Dash? Wasn't she surrounded by fire?
I saw her corpse earlier.
Pinky said, looking at Fluttershy with concern again.
Don't
Again, with no commas. It has concern, but it does not have commas.
Don't worry. I found you first. But we're not leaving till we find her.
Fluttershy smiled. Right, Operation Locate Dashi. Easy go. Sure, why not?
Yes, why not?
Pinkie Pie smiled happily, saluting Fluttershy. Alrighty then.
Okay, so now we have a new paragraph. A cold voice, apparently.
It really is for the best.
And then it's Rainbow Dash.
A cold voice said.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
A cold voice said.
Yeah, it's what I've always wanted after all. Gotta die fast.
Rainbow Dash tilted her head, closing her eyes as she agreed.
I'm glad to see you've been able to follow your true heart then.
The voice laughed.
Laughing sound.
Rainbow Dash opened her eyes to look at the pony that stood before her. She looked just like one of the Shadow Bolts, the flying team she had seen in her Everfree Forest the day they had taken down Nightmare Moon.
Nightmare Moon has been taken down by a copyright strike. Thanks, YouTube heroes.
Yay.
It's what I've always done. No point in changing that now.
Rainbow said slowly, looking around. The two of them were sitting in the middle of a burning building. The fire staying just far enough away to not burn them.
Good. Then just take my hoof and everything will be made clear. You will experience the darkening.
The Shadow Bolt said, holding out her hoof to Rainbow Dash. I guess this must mean the Shadow Bolt is Spitfire's shadow. If I remember correctly.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter which one it is! Rainbow Dash looked at her hoof hesitantly. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel like the right thing to do. But she felt it was the only thing she could do anymore.
Yes, it was the lonely thing that she could do anymore.
She slowly raised her hoof, reaching out to carefully take the Shadow Bolt's hoof. Came an insanely cheerful voice, as suddenly Rainbow Dash was suddenly so many suddenlies at once. I cannot suddenly take these suddenlies. Suddenly tackled from behind, flattening her against the ground. The Shadow Bolt gasped loudly.
What the hey? Pinkie Pie?
Rainbow shouted, annoyed, still being embarrassed by the pink mare. Embraced by the pink mare, sorry.
Pinkie Pie, you ruined my character development. That's okay, Dashy. That's what friends are for, apparently.
Yeah, your girlfriend did it first, so I get to do it to you now.
You know this will all end with a threesome.
Yes. And don't forget the lotion. Gosh.
Well, we're both tired.
Yes. Oh gosh. Okay. Who's this now? Oh,
well, take a wild gander.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I thought I'd lost you. After you'd run off, I was worried that I tried to find you, and Fluttershy, I only started running into the monsters I ran into before. Man, I was so depressed because of what you said that I couldn't help but just started to relieve the nightmare here, but that's okay, now because I forgive you, and now I found you again. You forgive her! You forgive her!
What? I'm just... You can't just relive nightmares just because suddenly, oh, I'm sad now. About something totally unrelated. Oh my gosh, I'm having childhood trauma again.
Apparently it's contagious.
Pinky cried out happily, all at once.
Yes, that's great, Pinkie Pie. But you're crushing me. Gotta breathe fast.
Oh, I don't know. Some people like that.
Gotta camp fast.
Oh no! Rainbow groaned as she tried to sit up, Pinky finally sliding off of her.
Oopsie. Sorry about that.
Pinky laughed.
And what are you doing here anyway? Gotta ask fast. I told you we were supposed to find Fluttershy. All this sentence interrupting.
Rainbow Dash stopped herself as her eyes went wide.
Oh, Fluttershy! Oh my gosh! I totally forgot! I'm the worst girlfriend ever!
Rainbow said, looking around rapidly.
What am I doing here? I had to find Fluttershy! Gotta find her fast!
It's okay, Dash. I'm already here.
Dun da dun, dun da dun.
Yeah,
Big
big FS, coming off of her hooves like Popeye. Fluttershy smiled happily, walking into the burning room from the hallway. Pinky had just ran through at blinding speed.
Actually, to correct you, I was humming the 1930s Superman cartoons theme.
Oh, I know, but I wanted to do a different reference to you.
Fluttershy! You're okay! I am the best girlfriend!
Well, yeah, I found you because you found me. That means I found you. Rainbow said, galloping over and hugging Fluttershy.
What was I thinking? You were right in front of me not too long ago, and I completely forgot, and I had to protect you, and God apologize fast!
Fluttershy laughed, hugging Rainbow Dash back.
It's okay, Dash. This place does weird things to a pony.
Hey!
The Shadow Bolt yelled, standing up, glaring at the three mares before her.
You know, this Shadow Bolt really comes out of nowhere.
Yes, just like Rainbow Dash. Eh? Comes out of nowhere? Eh? All three turned their heads to look at the Shadow Bolt.
What about your dreams? You won't accomplish them if you don't come with me.
She growled. Rainbow Dash looked at Fluttershy.
Oh yes, because let us remind you, Rainbow Dash's conflict is that she has commitment issues, which compared to everything else going on here...
Small potatoes.
It's really kind of lame.
Yeah.
No, by comparison.
Yes. Rainbow Dash looked at Fluttershy. Fluttershy smiled back at her before Rainbow Dash grinned and turned to look back at the Shadow Bolt.
Tell you what, keep it for now. I'll find a way to achieve my dream on my own. Yeah, I'm suddenly the main character of a battle anime show. Yeah!
The Shadow Bolt yelled before turning to a puff of black smoke.
No!
And disappearing into the burning building.
And don't come back!
That's equally like Titus yelling, "And stay there!" Pinky yelled happily, waving at the puff of black smoke.
Fluttershy, I am so sorry.
Rainbow said again.
I shouldn't have let this place get on my head and forget about protecting you. I'm Rainbow! Yeah.
Dash then turned to Pinkie Pie, who was smiling at Dash.
And Pinky, I'm sorry I yelled at you. That wasn't right of me when you were only trying to help, even though your help was really unhelpful. Gotta sass fast. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's okay, Dashy. I forgive you. Sod off.
Yes, you don't deserve forgiveness in return. Pinky said, giving Rainbow another hug.
Let's just focus on getting out of here! Yay! Getting out of here song!
I can handle that.
Fluttershy smiled happily. She turned herself towards the hallway and stood proudly. Her golden necklace began to... stupid Firefox. It scrolled itself down automatically on me.
So basically her necklace started doing all those things you just described. That's impressive.
Yeah. Obviously, it was all Fluttershy's fault. She's magical like that. Her golden necklace began to softly glow before releasing a beam of light that shot out before them. A doorway of light formed their exit home. The necklace around Fluttershy's neck, having served its purpose, turned back into an orb of light, floating up into the air before disappearing. Then why didn't it do that the first time it opened the door?
Well, she had to retrieve her friends, I guess.
What, so the door was giving her a choice to leave her friends behind?
Yes!
Oh my gosh. Pinkie Pie though.
I was just letting you have the time to sink all of that in, you know?
It takes seconds for me to sink these things in, unless it's something mind-numbingly ridiculous, complex stuff.
Alright, let's go home!
Pinkie smiled happily.
Yeah, I'm kinda tired of this place. I'm Rainbow, gotta leave fast!
Dash grinned.
All of us are.
Fluttershy smiled. The three mares walked through the doorway of light together.
Together!
Together! And to be continued in the endings.
To be concluded.
Yeah, concluded. I misread it.
Well, this is it.
The tone kinda changed.
Oh yes, that's the only problem that we have with this chapter, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
So this is a really terrible misguided message to give to your readers.
Yeah.
About abuse leading to happiness later on in life.
Yeah. I think we said all that needs to...
that clearly was not the intent, but it came across as that, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's what? So it's like, you know, it's not the journey, but the destination, is it?
It's usually the opposite.
Oh, yeah, but still, that's what I gathered from what was... from this story.
Okay, so on top of that, we also had Pinkie Pie's own story arc, rendered completely asunder, thanks to Super Fluttershy just rescuing her from her own internal conflict, essentially.
Which was reopened.
Yes, because Pinkie Pie was just idiotic all the way through.
And sad.
And she should have not been in this story to begin with.
Yes. She shouldn't be here at all.
Rainbow Dash made sense to be here, especially if you took the time to read the story that immediately preceded this one, the Too Shy for a Rainbow short chapter, which we did not care to read, obviously. But at the end of it, a big issue was that, oh no, in order to follow my dream, I have to leave my girlfriend from one whole year. And it's not like I can see her at any point in time. No, it has to be 1 year away, like prison. Which really makes no sense. And it comes across as a dumb conflict to begin with. Especially if you compare it with everything else that's going on with Fluttershy and her daddy issues.
Yeah, that Rainbow Dash really should have had a lot more thematic connection to the story rather than just what you just said.
But you know what?
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes.
Because this story is finally about to be over. And then we shall be free. And forever free.
And now we have to read all the endings.
No.
Well, how are we going to find which one's the right ending then?
Easy. The one that's 6,000 words long.
Are you sure
Are
you sure it's that one?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Look, I don't care about the various endings. I really don't. I think I made it abundantly clear that I've stopped caring about this story a long time ago.
Yes.
I feel completely apathetic and spent at this point.
Yeah.
I cannot be bothered to read all the endings.
Right.
So let's just get the only one that actually counts, the canon ending, and ignore everything else. And that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to be tackling the final chapter of this tribe.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's all. That'll be all after this one. After the next one, not this one, never mind.
Yes, we all know what you meant. Right, so this is the end of this recording for us, and the show is about done and dealt with.
Yeah.
Which means we can all go our separate ways and have a snack, everybody.
Yes. Oh, wait, I just finished eating all my sandwich.
I still have my chips. That's good chips.
Madhog.
What?
Do you love your crisps?
Where is this going?
Answer me. Do you love your crisps?
I guess.
Then if you love them, then take this knife and strike them. Plunge it into their being.
You know, I should have seen that coming. Well. Good night, everybody.
Good night, and take care all. And we'll see you next time.
For the ending.
Yes, for the ending.
True ending.
The true ending of Face Your Fears.
That seems like the name of the song.
It does, doesn't it?
Maybe by the next time I'll be finished eating chips.
Yes, in 1 week time, of course. Take care all, and good night.
Nihilism!
Blood spurts from your chips!